Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talk. So gal, ọ̀rẹ́ Mohbad tó yẹ kí ó lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá láti lè help investigation wọn tí kò yanjú. And nígbà tí gbogbo aládẹ̀mọ́ pé nígbà tí Kini yẹn kọ́kọ́ jáde, òun ló kọ́kọ́ ń sunkún tó ṣe fídíò báyìí tó ń sunkún pé òun ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ báwo ló ń ṣe máa pa àwọn èèyàn sẹ́pọ̀ òun ló pa ẹnu tèmi ò dáa fún ẹkún ẹ má jẹ́ sunkún Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa rogun ẹkún ní àwọlé sàn. Anyway, jẹ́ ká jọ enjoy Mama Courtroom. Thank you for watching till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
So torí pé tó bá dápá, they will come for you, say you are the #1 suspect. Even though you think you're trying to do the do the normal thing. Don't go do the backside, do the back door, or whatever. Go check it out. It's not making it on. You have diabetes. If you have diabetes, it will bring back blood pressure. The doctor will tell you, correct your diet. Don't be drinking soda. Don't be eating cassava. You eat eba in the morning. You eat pounded yam in the afternoon. At night time, you eat abula. Omi eko no ni starching gbogbo e. Starching, you gotta count calories. You gotta eat this at moderation. Nigeria, Bokeleni, Abutio Kumbaini. Your plate will be like you you go finish this thing. You're killing yourself softly, ni. Like Lauryn Hill song. Killing you softly, you kill yourself softly. Let's hear
what they really mean.
Am I being gay?
They said, what me?
10 minutes, so this thing is long. I can't play this thing finish, yo. I can't play it finish. It's too long.
Because he was in serious pain with his ear, and now it added into malaria, and he cannot feel his hands or something like that. So the friends now said
he was feeling numbness.
To the hospital, and he said no, he's not going to go to the hospital. You understand? That's what he said. He said so. They ended up having an argument and a serious fight, and the wife was there, and they were trying to get him to go to the hospital, and he said he will not go. You know, he's going to be treated at home. Then they brought that woman whose shop was close to his house.
Oh, so the fight was actually because they wanted Mohbad to get treatment. So guys, when I heard all of this, that was when I knew this guy was actually giving me legit information, because when Mohbad first passed on the 12th of September, it was reported he passed due to an ear infection, and this ear pain is coming into play once again in this shocking revelation. And of course, the friend actually did confirm Mohbad's wife was in the car, and they were only trying to push him in the vehicle to take him to a hospital, which Mohbad declined, and that was what caused the arguments that day. So the fight wasn't actually a physical one, but it was Mohbad who actually even went physical when the friend was trying to like force him into the car so they could leave that scene and take him to the hospital for treatment. But Mohbad actually declined that and opted for the nurse who was always treating him close to his house. Here's a video of the friend actually confirming the wife was in the car, and of course Mohbad was high that day. This is what he said.
Body, I don't even fight with Mohbad. I didn't even know who Mohbad is to me. Mohbad is my childhood friend. Timo, my close friend. I am not saying I kill him. But when he came, because that Sunday, what really happened? Me and Mohbad was on stage together. And Mohbad is fucking high that day. I know because so he sat down in his car after we came down from the stage. So Mohbad was joke sleepy by. I sat down there and his wife was in our middle. So I don't know anything that happened. He wants to get out from the car. And I was like, don't come down. Oh yeah, wait, let me go and clear the road.
So guys, moving on, I asked him about the autopsy, and I know many of you were actually waiting for this part. What about the autopsy? Because the public are asking, where is the autopsy? So, and we heard that the substance the nurse injected into him might have been the reason why he passed. So I really want to know what actually caused his passing, since the autopsy has been carried out. I don't know if the result is out yet, but the police said it was completed. I really want to know, because they said he was injected with midazolam, and it's a drug that actually makes one unconscious, and I heard he can be unconscious for as long as 2 days, 3 days. I don't know if it's possible. So what if that drug was given so he can pass out, and then they buried him alive?
Yes, you know, look, I understand that people are worried about him and things like that, but from our own aspect, we don't know him personally, we don't know any of them personally. So as far as we're concerned, we only go into facts, right? Good. Listen, Mohbad himself as a person, for the past month before he died, he was having issues every day with everyone. Do you understand? Since he started complaining of the pain, and then he was not sleeping and he was not eating and he was just getting high continuously, he was having problems with everyone, shouting at everyone, a lot of things that were happening.
If you've had ear infection before, or if you have anything in your upper respiratory, you know, nose, eyes, there's one thing we call the ENT, nose, ears, and throat, right? If you have any infection, even as little as what's it called, tonsil. If you have a tonsillectomy means, you know, they cut your belu, they cut it off. You know, for days you can't eat, you'll be on a liquid diet. Now, if you have infection in your ears, it's like your whole head, nose, everything is affected. So this guy is that, and then with the paranoid of him that he doesn't want to go out to the point of where he's going to meet Samilari again, and Samilari will be beating him. I'm guessing that's why he chose to be, you know, doing treatment in the house, or having the auxiliary nurse come home to be treating him at home. So the thing now, this is my question. All those muscle relaxant that he's taking, who prescribed it? Who gave it to him? Is it the same auxiliary nurse, or who? Because Ogunye Osale, they did your way. Let us ask ourselves that. Kolede wa pharmacy law, kono ye fumini this particular medicine. If somebody did not tell him, go get this medicine. She understand that? Am I making sense? Who prescribed, who saw it, go get this medicine and be using? And then he's probably, Shamo, you know, here, and you can verify to me if you're here in America. If you go to a pharmacy and let's say your doctor prescribed you a new medicine, a new medication, and you don't know anything about it. If you go to a pharmacy, the pharmacist will ask you, the attendant that will ask you, do you need a pharmacist to come and explain this medicine to you? If you say yes, they will pull you aside and tell you, this is the medicine. Use this at the same time. Use this at the same time. You understand? Then on the label of the medicine, they will tell you all the side effects that comes with that medicine. You know, they will put the time that you have to take it. If you have to take it with food, or if you don't have to take it with food, they will put it there. If it's going to make you drowsy, they will tell you, do not drive if you take this medicine, and do not drink alcohol if you take this medicine. The American peoples will verify what I'm saying. You understand? They will put all that. Do they have all of that in Nigeria? Because all this medication that this boy is taking is not supposed to mix an illicit drug with it, alcohol or whatever. Oma boomerang, oma escalate effects. So he probably does not know, because he doesn't know any difference. So who prescribed all this medicine to this boy? Self-medication go down. That's what I'm saying. You have somebody in Nigeria, tell them not to self-medicate too. Majority of Nigeria right now, they're walking around with bad akokoro, with starter teeth, with everything. Ask them, when was the last time they went to go visit a dentist? They open mouth like this, you would think they eat dead rats. You know? And it's the economy. Me, I'm not blaming them, because somebody who is trying to find money to put food on the table, is that same person that will go put how many nairas of thousands of naira with a dentist? You know? Well, I think we'll continue later. Me, I have to go. Monetize you. Oh yeah, but yeah, I have to go. Can I go so?
you know, caused a lot of issues and things, you know, for the past few times before he died. Mali, them Sam, Laddie were not even around him. It was just him and his people that he was having issue with all of them, you know.
Because what is set the trap we have
it was just that period there, as if maybe he knew he was going to die or something, and he was just having.
He knew he was going to die.
What actually happened? Why was he having issues with his family members? Why were they on his neck? What were they trying to do that Mohbad wasn't cool with, that made him angry and even having a physical fight with them?
Look, 4 days before he died, he came back home, right? After arguing with his wife while they were driving. You know, she was driving him back home.
Tell me
that he went out to
ask nicely.
He stopped by.
You want to? No, you don't want to.
That's where he bought some drugs. So when he got those drugs and they go home, he was too high, and then he now passed out. He passed out because of how high he was. So they were even afraid that he had OD'd. They put water on him in the first way. So in fact, it was this same nurse. She left what she was doing. She went into Mohbad's house. She stayed there, you know, with him. And well, only God knows that aspect. We cannot talk about it.
Only
right?
God knows.
But you're right. Why did they bury him so fast? And why did they have to squeeze him inside that casket? For the autopsy, you know, autopsy is divided into 3. We have a physical, we have a chemical, and then we have a further research on it, right? Whereby we see things. Well, when you're talking about the physical aspect of him was that we saw, number 1, he had a broken neck.
Broken neck, okay?
That's just because his neck was bent for some days like that, so it dried like that, so he had a broken neck, number 1. Number 2, he had needle marks on his nash. He had
injury mark because he got injection.
Then, number 4, there was no extra injury on him, only from his ear.
Yeah.
You understand?
Certainly. It's here.
The injection that was given to him, you know, many of these chemicals, they do not last up to 4 days in the person's body. Yes, there were people who were doing this thing, you know, they wanted to clean and all that. Of course, after 8 days, those chemicals cannot be seen because they will have left. Because the drug you are talking about leaves the body in 4 days, so we cannot talk about something. If the autopsy was done immediately, then we can talk about that. But we can't. But from the urine sample and the blood sample that we got, the only drugs that we were able to see in his body were diazepam, ketamine, codeine,
marijuana, and tetanus.
And what's the name of that one? Tetanus and tetanus injection. Those were the only ones I would say.
Any suru, Shango, Shatiripe, Nigeria, most of you, Embalo, Nigeria, and that's why I'm not being maintained. Nigeria, alone, my join you. I'm of a drawer in lower. Ain't about Lati B, tell law. Ṣé ti bá shocking sin pé ètòrí etí tó ń dùn yẹn no ṣe lọ fún ní tetanus shot. Ṣé dídùn ṣé tetanus ló yẹ kó gbà bí antibiotics ló yẹ kó fún etí yẹn. Wọ́n lọ ń gba oògùn tó yẹ kó fi wo bí ìgbà téèyàn bá ní cut, bí ìgbà tájá bá bùyàn jẹ tẹgbà tetanus shot. Òun náà fẹ́ fi wo etí dúdùn instead of antibiotics. Tó jẹ́ antibiotics tó gbóná. But guess what? Ṣé o pé kì í ṣojú lásán létí tó ń dùn yẹn? Because tẹ́ bá gbọ́ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ fídíò yìí, ẹ gbọ́ pé Samilari gbá létí, kò pẹ́ létí yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dùn. So kì í ṣe etí lásán, ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, but I'm just saying pé tó bá jẹ́ ẹni tétí ń dùn, kì í ṣe tetanus náà ń gbà sétí dúdùn. You take antibiotics. Lẹ máa lò mí mọ́ tán fún ọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ either tetracycline or something. There's another one tó ń lò ń bí báyìí. Even if you're going for a surgery, they give you antibiotics before you go just to prevent any bacteria or whatever. You know, want to prepare a body. Once you're done, they finish the IV drip just to keep going. And then they give you the one tomalo for 7 days. Once 7 or 10 days, you know. So why get tetanus? Why are they finding tetanus traces in his body? For eti dundun tori ko look like any taja geje abi ti were geje to le wa ma gba tetanus si. You understand what I'm saying? Wọ́n fi ogun ete wo la palapa e ma wa e sejere iya mi Rama West. You understand? So ìlú yẹn is like zero when it comes to medical stuff. àwọn tó lówó, even gan olórí Kini gan ìlú òyìnbó náà ti lọ gba treatment. So ṣé Nàìjíríà ò dá tó ni? Nàìjíríà ìlú àwa ni. Nàìjíríà kí ló tá mo gba treatment be yin gbogbo ẹ̀yin olówó. Why ten salon lóyìnbó? Tẹ́ lọ gba treatment. Kọ́ máa fi oògùn nurun wo ti Kini fún yín àbí? Ẹ rí pé ẹ̀dá tetanus fún etí dúndùn. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn a lot of negligence ni o ló pa bọ̀bọ́ yẹn o. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n parí iṣẹ́ yẹn gidi gan. Wọ́n parí ẹ̀ gidi gan. Ṣé ẹ wo Sam Larry bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó ń ṣe báńsà káàkiri. Ẹ rò bí kò ní yàrá ìyá oògùn lọ́wọ́. Kò ní ní òrùka àlùwò lára tó máa mú dání. Àbí kò ní pé jẹ́ nǹkan fi kàn kọ́kọ́ lọ dó oògùn wò lára ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tí ò mọ nǹkan kan. Tí ò mọ one to way bí àṣà grandma ayé ẹnẹ́nẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ one to way. Tí ò mọ one to way kankan. Wọ́n pariwo. Àwọn sọ fún mi pé Sam Larry ni. Á dàbí kí n fẹ̀ǹkulé ọwọ́ gbá eyín ẹ̀ kí gbogbo eyín ẹ̀ dẹ̀ wọ́n sí mi lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Kí gbogbo front row ẹ̀ kó di katafuru kó di pẹ̀mú ẹ̀gẹ́ wùrà. Ẹ mọ̀ gan kí n sọ bàmá ẹ̀ dí. Kí n sọ di wọ́n ní mi. Ìwọ play jèrè kó jẹ́ máa lọ lẹ́nu sùn.
Because they might not last up to.
Kini ìsìnkú omi lè dúró ẹ̀yìn èèyàn ẹja sọ díjọ́ mi.
So the drugs he mentioned that we found in Mohbad's body are actually antidepressants, like the likes of the diazepam and ketamine. They're all antidepressants, and I think Mohbad was taking this because he was actually depressed. And this depression was due to the fact that Mohbad was actually being bullied and harassed constantly. Imagine he was just shooting a music video, and all of a sudden, Sam Larry just comes with his boys and drives this fear into Mohbad.
That's the correct question you should be asking. Why did he keep having clashes with his people? Because even his dad had to go to his house and even prayed for him, where he even dashed that 500,000 some days before he died. You know, he dashed a lot of people money within that last 1 week. He made a transfer of 500,000 to like 5 people. He dashed someone 2 million. He gave his brother some money. He sent one. He was just dashing people some money, all in all, almost 10 million naira. Just dash. You understand? But I don't believe they buried him alive, because from what we can see, his neck was bent after death, not before. Now, yes, he could have died of a reaction to the injection that was given to him, is possible. But then we couldn't find it inside the kidney because it had left the system.
So this is the man confirming that even if Mohbad was injected with some anesthetics to make him unconscious, that chemical or drug would have left the body in 4 days. I know Mohbad was already buried for more than 4 days, so that drug would have left his system, making it totally undetectable. So maybe if Mohbad's dad had taken him to a mortuary, then the answer to what they injected him with would have probably be found. When I even searched Google on these anesthetics, I heard they last just 24 hours in the body. And for the other drugs that we found in his body, those ones last longer than those anesthetics. And you can see on the screen where they say the psychoactive component of marijuana is detectable for up to 90 days in hair, anywhere between 1 day to a month or longer in urine, depending on how often the individual uses it up. It can last up to 24 hours in saliva and up to 12 hours in blood. And I also feel like the coffin, the casket that was used wasn't the right size. So I feel they had to forcefully put him inside there. And in the process, it might have broken his neck. That's what I'm observing in this whole thing. So I want to know, was it the ear infection, the drugs? And I know you said after 4 days, the chemicals would have left his body. So it's hard to ascertain that. But still shed more light. Well, why would they be selling drugs so close to the Malian's house?
Already, we have already investigated now. We even know the dealer that he bought it from. You understand? So that one is
so they know the dealer. Come dealer, no.
You understand? Good. Now, the ear infection you're talking about, right? He has an ear infection which causes a lot of pain. Now, we have 2 ways of thinking. You can say, okay, look, treatment to that ear infection, right? It was a reaction to treatment of that ear infection that started this. It's alright. You can also say maybe the drugs that he took was tainted. It's possible. You understand? But the issue here is this: when you see a system, he had not slept for some days. Like for some days he had not slept. And then he was constantly just high. You know, one after the other, one after the other. So it's quite a complicated.
Oh my God, suffer in the last minute a year.
It's not that simple. To get to the root and the truth of this matter, I will tell you, only if you people can actually see what is happening. The ones that were around him of time of death. So now the question to ask is what was time of death? Exact time of death. Then you start from there. That's how we do the investigation, right? But who was around Mohbad? His wife.
His wife.
His wife was around him. His friend was around him. And one other person that we are yet to even locate.
One other person.
But
one other person. This stuff was done yesterday.
Tried to get him to the hospital. And then what happened?
Last minute a year or long.
After they checked in the hospital themselves, refused to take him because he was already gone. He was
already dead.
He was gone.
But
the wife said the friend, the mobile childhood friend, had a beef with him, and truly they fought. But she didn't really share. Into that, you see, Mohbad, like the guy triggered Mohbad to punch him. So she doesn't trust anyone at this point. Why was she trying to act all innocent about the whole situation when she was actually even present there, and she knew the reason why they had the altercation? Why did she tell the public about that side of the story of what really happened on why Mohbad was actually fighting with his friend? This is why people are pointing fingers at his wife. She's not speaking the truth, because she said they fought truly. The guy had one beef with him. I heard it's not natural. I'm not in a good state of mind. I don't know what his friend had in mind that night. I don't trust anyone at this point. And his wife knew he was not in his right state of mind, and she was trying to like get him home that night during his after his last performance at Ikorodu. And they wanted to take him to the hospital due to the ear pain you also spoke of, which was the ear infection that was reported that caused his death. So if she knew all of this, why would she say she doesn't know the intention the friend must have had that night? Why not specify? And concerning the video where Mohbad was declared dead, I really want to understand what role the wife played in that video, because I heard she was also in the vehicle. Mohbad's elder brother, younger brother, and his friend, the boy with the dread, was also in the vehicle where they declared him dead. And some persons were saying, oh, Mohbad moved his neck in that video, meaning that he might have still been alive when he was in that car while they rushed him. And they said they kind of used their hand to suppress his neck or body and ended the video immediately. Mohbad showed sign of life, and the wife was said to be in that same vehicle as well. So are you guys working towards that area? Because the boys actually turned themselves in for interrogation statements and all of that. It's very fishy because she's acting like she didn't know what happened when in fact she was there at the center of it. And she also made it seem like she wasn't even in the car where they rushed Mohbad and was saying that, oh, Mohbad is dead. She never acted. She just came online on social media to drop several tributes already for your husband who had barely died within 20. So he said they saw the movement of Mohbad's neck in that video, but they attributed it to gallop, and they said Mohbad's wife might just be scared. That was why she didn't initially want to speak up. What can you say led to the ear pain and him passing out and all of that? I really want to understand, and I still want to find out if those things were the root cause of the death. So I really want to know how you guys are going to tie all these points together, because as it is now, it's being tagged mainly on drug according to the autopsy you guys carried out. So I actually want to know if those harassment and assault contributed to the boy being depressed to the point where he was probably moved to take those substances to ease himself of the pain. could be a way of escaping that reality of him being haunted by these people.
We can't say for sure. That's the truth. Only God knows how he got ear infection. Maybe he was scratching his ear with something. I don't even know. Whether I champ and do for a ear infection, only God. That one we cannot say about it now. We don't know.
Of course, some family juju, no, don't
Somebody and the bullying. That's a totally different case on its own. Do you understand? Which is going to be dealt with. It's totally different. This is another case, down is another case. But because of how bad the bullying was, that's why Nigerians are putting all this together. You understand? Only God knows. Whether it is the infection, whether it is charm, whether it is the drugs, only God knows. You understand? Because the whole saga is just disgusting.
So you see where this is going, right? So Sam Larry, from your talk, assaulted Mohbad, eventually led to the ear pain. I don't know if that might be side effect of him taking excessive dosage of those things. So let's get the point here.
You are right. We personally believe that that bullying took away that boy's rest of mind.
Yes.
It made him scared of everything.
Exactly. But what law can,
do something to him.
Be attributed to that?
He was scared of everyone, even his shadow. You understand? So they put so much pressure on him, mentally, and that, I think, affected him so much, a lot, and reduced his quality of life. Do you understand? So yes, you can say that indirectly might have caused that, but you cannot tag it physically. You understand? But yes, we personally believe that they tormented this guy. They actually tormented him. You understand? And broke his spirit. So yes, you will tie that, but it's a different issue, and that will be dealt with too.
A lot of persons are still not believing that it happened because
this thing is starting. It's starting to depress me and wants to make me, cry. For him to say, okay, yes, it's this is what is happening, but it's a different case entirely. So, will there be some type of punishment? How will the lawyers in this situation, how would they present that case to substantiate it to the point of it sticking very well to a very maximum punishment for this Sam Larry? How? In Nigeria, how will they do it? Because clearly, of course, you guys heard, there's no way of proving Ofi Ogubaleti using a charm to hit the guy that caused that ear infection. For him to be trying to get rid of the ear infection, he was using all kind and any kind of medication that could have caused an adverse reaction in his body system. They broke his spirit. They broke him like he's a nobody. Like nobody cared. Man, do you guys not see what I'm going through? Can you guys not help me? Can you guys not defend me in a way I would defend you? Like, seriously. Like, seriously, guys. I'm sorry.